Today I'm going to show you guys what I do with all my eggshells. We use so many eggs, but my chickens are not getting enough calcium. We've tried buying the shells. The little, what are those things called? They're super expensive little shells. And my chickens don't want to eat them, and you can't grind them down any smaller. So we're making our own today. Instead of paying $15 for something they won't eat and I'm having soft shelled eggs from one of my chickens. Okay, so I've been saving all these eggshells, and what I do is I keep this in my kitchen window so the sun naturally dries these out as they're waiting for me to fill up. And you wouldn't believe, but there's like probably 30 some eggs in this little jar right here. And as I come up with the eggshells, like here's one from last night's dinner because I'm actually full. As I get done with the eggshells, I just place them in here and I squish it down. And then it usually doesn't break apart that easy, but since it's dried overnight, it does. But we're going to put all this onto a baking tray, put it in our toaster oven, and you can put it onto a baking sheet. This is parchment paper that I've lined it with here. And a chopstick to get these out is much smarter because these eggshells can become very sharp. Very sharp when they dry out like little pieces of glass. There we go. But we're going to put this into our toaster oven and we're going to dehydrate it at a really low temperature. And then we wash this out and we put this beautiful empty vase when it's clean up in my windowsill, just like that. And it looks nice while I'm collecting gross eggs over my kitchen. But it works out really great. And I could just take this over by the stove when I'm filling it up also. Okay, this is the most eggs I've ever done at one time. So I'm going to break these apart. I usually just do it when that vase is full, but we had 18 eggs for dinner last night in our breakfast burritos. Yep. And then I had a whole bunch of eggs from cooking banana bread also. So we are way overdone on our eggs, but we are going to put all of them in here and really push the capacity of my little toaster oven. It has a dehydrate button, which is the same thing as 180 to 200 degrees in your regular oven. All right, so you don't got to break these up. Just make sure there's not, like right here, I got way too many stacked together. So we're just kind of even them out here. You can get that over there. Be careful if you are trying to break them up because these little pieces are really sharp like glass. And then right here in the middle, you don't really want them to bunch up in the center or they won't cook very well. There we go. And you can't really overcook it when you're going in at 180 to 200 degrees. Oh, see if they'll fit in the toaster oven. That's pretty good. That's probably close to 50 eggs right there. 50 eggs. Here we go. My chickens are going to be happy that you could use these to de-acidify your tomato plants also. Set this to dehydrate. It goes up to 195. So we're going to do 195 degrees. This is exactly the same if you're using your oven. Just put it on 190 to 200 degrees for 4 hours. It might be a little bit longer because some of those were awfully thick. So, yep, and start. Okay, 195 degrees for 4 hours. All right, we'll be back in 4 hours. All right, once you get these eggshells cooled down, or the next day, you'll know if you did it long enough because they'll be really, really brittle. So they'll break apart just like glass here. Like more glass than usual. And we're just going to put those into a blender, or you could use I started off doing this in, dang it, what's that called? Oh, a spice grinder or a little food chopper. But I have this Ninja blender here, and we're just going to blend these until they're a super fine powder. Quite a few eggs. And be careful, these can cut you. You might want to actually use a scoop to get them out off the sheet here. You don't want to get cut. All right. Yeah, that's about half. Maybe a little bit more here. There we go. Ooh, got a little sliver. Push those in there and then just pulse it a few times until it's really fine dust. It looks going to look like salt. Okay, and now we'll add the rest. Oof, let the dust settle before you do that. This is where that parchment paper really comes in handy. Right. You kind of use the edges of it to squish it down so that you don't have to touch the eggs or the blender. There we go. A little bit more. And oh no, not that one. Oh nope, chop. We'll try out the chop section here, huh? Oh no, chop. So once you get this ground down really, really fine, so there's no sharp pieces that'll cut them when they eat it. It should be no sharp pieces. Oh, you don't need to take that lid off there. Not at all. I was going to show you, but it's too dusty. Okay, take this off of here. And we're going to pour this into a jar. This processed about 2 cups, which is, this stuff is so expensive. So expensive. It's going to be like a $20 jar of calcium. Oh, perfect. Okay, so look at that. That's a lot of money we don't have to spend. And they're, oh, you can put a lid on it like this, but that's kind of a pain in the butt because you put a lid on it like this. And then every morning when you feed them, you just sprinkle a little bit of this on top of their food. Okay, let's see you guys next time. Bye.